Welcome back to Atlanta. This season, more than any other, has definitely told me, expect the unexpected. So, let's see what we're gonna get.
Someone give me the drop count.
I can hear earned.
And could you get rid of all the ginger ale in there?
No, that was very cool sound design. No, I did not want to be right about him coming back.
And we don't have any titties. What's going on, little man?
Aw, that's cute. They haven't talked to Van in 6 days? Very mature of you. I would have left the first part in there, but that's because I'm petty and immature. Nice. Oh, that's cool merch, too, for the Paperboy shirt.
I should really drink more water, but yeah, the ginger beer's there.
Okay.
Things have certainly changed.
Hey, man, how you been?
Busy, it seems.
How you been, man? 'Cause you seem busy all the time, bro.
Does seem like it.
Yeah. But busy's good.
God, that wallpaper would be really fun to trip to. I'm just saying. Great job, man.
Get the fuck off the stage!
Are we actually gonna get to hear him rap? Because that would be sick. Darius. We all need a good hype, man. I'm really happy we finally got to hear like a Paperboy song like in full. Or not in full, but
I came back in here for the meet and greet with that cancer kid.
You didn't have it after?
No, man.
You never know. You never know.
There was something weird about that kid, man.
They had cancer.
He said he was having a cancer attack.
Cancer? It's...
A cancer attack? Yeah. That does sound suspicious.
I need to talk to that kid.
What?
Earn.
I want to help.
Oh gosh.
I don't think. Mom, I need to do this. What does Paperboy need?
If he doesn't have this phone, this is this is so bad. Oh no! Oh
Hey,
no!
what are you doing?
Get the food from my phone! Daddy got a phone!
It's just a phone, man.
I mean, yeah, it's just a phone. Rich as fuck, you can get another one.
Morning for you.
You probably have a runner get one now for him.
But that kid in the blue jacket?
The super unprofessional stage manager.
That nigga.
I'm more suspicious of you, Socks. Like, nope, turn out your pockets.
Really? That's very unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think Viley took it, do you?
Well,
Maybe.
he was backstage all night. You don't have your nephew's phone number?
No. Well, you want it now?
Yes.
This episode has been particularly funny, and I feel like all the things I wanted Earn to like say and do back in season 1, like that's what he's doing now.
Oh boy, right now.
Hell yeah, put that shit on
Socks,
speakerphone, man.
turn out your pockets. I don't trust you.
Oh, the rap presentation, yes.
The rap presentation.
Yeah, well, you disappeared, didn't you?
To invite them to meet you, I feel like there's no ulterior motive.
No.
Listen, man, we're done playing with you, yeah? Do you know who you're fucking with?
Socks.
Socks.
Like, I'm the white Liam Neeson, bruv. I will
Liam Neeson is white.
In 15 minutes, phone in hand!
Oh my god.
Bring the fucking phone back! I will fucking kill you!
He's dumb as fuck, but that was funny.
That man said you were going to kill me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know,
He did.
but he was just playing, man. Hey, how about this, man? You far?
He's full of shit, he's got that phone.
Yeah,
He probably doesn't.
but we need him to come back here. White Liam Neeson?
Like, what the fuck? That don't even make no fucking sense.
For real. For real.
Jackson?
Yeah, who are you thinking about,
What's
man?
wrong
Like,
with you?
fucking Liam Neeson's already fucking right.
Oh my god. I've laughed a lot during this. This is great. Socks, maybe don't be anywhere near here while we do this.
Hey.
Yeah.
You stay out here.
Yeah, you
okay?
stay
You're
out
too
there.
hot.
You can stay there, and then when they come back out, you can continue to stay there, and then when they leave the country, you can continue to stay there. That would really be how I prefer about this.
How are you guys enjoying Budapest?
Let's just...
Oh.
You know, there's a Find My Phone app that could help.
No, we don't use that. That's how they track us. You know better than that. Come on now.
I actually don't use it, kind of for a similar reason.
Nobody's gonna die, Wiley.
We all have to die. Sometime.
Wiley.
You know that? Or kissing the thorn on a rose.
No, he actually looks super intimidating like that.
Sweet, but it'd make you never want to trust anything too beautiful.
What the fuck?
Did he admit to it?
Not yet.
Piece of shit, man!
Fucking calm down. Jesus.
I used to date this girl in high school. My boy Pookie fucked her. Her name was Rose.
Yeah, Pookie stay.
I feel like you might just be connecting dots that don't connect.
How would he know any of that?
It was on my phone.
I don't buy it. I do not buy that he has the phone. I think you're just connecting things that aren't really connected.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Why is he's so excited about that? It's just a Coke.
You're obviously
Were you told as a child you talk white? Must have made you feel separate.
Sure. What the fuck?
What does that have to do with anything?
Nothing. To be part of the team. You know, people just want to be seen. So it's 404.
And that's my fucking number, nigga.
You're interrogating a 19-year-old.
I'm 32.
This episode is too much.
That's not strange to you. So mad I could kill this nigga.
Oh,
so mad.
What did you? Just walk away, sucks. That was a close call.
Almost said nigga, right?
You almost called us nigga.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, I made you a crane.
Oh, it's actually very nice.
Look,
Didn't you just say you didn't have a phone?
I don't think you'll get what you want that way.
Let me talk to him, man. Check on folk.
All right.
It's like I don't know what's bad or good anymore. You know, I was never really into rapping either. I finally heard it. I finally heard him. My voice on the bus, and I started singing with him.
And you put it on your phone, and now you need that phone. I get it a little more now. That makes more sense.
Wiley, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need that phone, so.
Did you know we share a birthday?
If you don't answer the fucking question,
April 28th.
you have no leg to stand on when you are in the hospital. Like, are you being serious right now?
Then a girl broke my heart in 8th grade. Her name was Rosie. The mountainside, I can see the smoke rise. I swear I saw the other side.
Are you even strumming? He literally just like swiped his hand 3 times and didn't actually hit the strings. This has the potential to be like a decent song too, and you are not strumming.
I hope you find your phone.
Oh my god. I really like the lighting of that shot. It's cool.
Sorry about back there, man.
Shut up.
It's cool, man.
No. Ow. Thumbs up. Really, Van? To me, that's more rude than just not messaging back. You took the fucking phone, didn't you? You bitch. Why? What the fuck, dude? I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. Called that shit a long time ago. And I never fucking liked the dude anyways, so... God damn it. Fantastic shot right there, too. Aww. I really feel for Al right now. I mean, getting into like a creative funk like that and finally having like a breakthrough, making something new, and to immediately lose it, like, that fucking sucks. Alright, good episode. Very good episode. So this was a rather interesting episode. No Van in this episode, but we did get the other 3 main characters with Darius, Al, and Ern. And I have a feeling that later down the line, this season's going to give us a few more, or maybe just like one more episode that takes place in Atlanta, completely away from the main characters. And as good as I'm sure it'll be, I'm not really looking forward to it because I just really enjoy the dynamic of these characters. But I like how the opening moments of the episode really establish Ern as an incredibly busy, competent manager, and Al as, you know, a big celebrity, meeting with, VIP guests, performing for the show, which we actually got to hear a little bit of, which was pretty cool. I have a strange feeling that it wasn't actually him rapping that, but maybe it was, I don't know. But from then on, it was the mad search for the phone, which it was super frustrating, but in a genuinely entertaining kind of way. I think a lot of people knew, like, right away, he's not getting this phone back no matter how this all plays out. And I myself definitely suspected Socks from, the very start. But they threw me a few curveballs. With the kid who had cancer, that was so bad. That was so bad. They did a great job, too, setting up the whole, like, he's having a cancer attack. And you're like, oh, that sounds suspicious as fuck. Like, he definitely took it. Then as soon as Ern walks out there and there's the huge crowd, you're like, oh shit, he doesn't have it. There's no way he has it. And goddamn, like, I have never seen someone search another person in such a hilarious way. Like, I could not believe how funny that was. But yeah, from then on, they start suspecting the, not stage manager, but who they thought was the stage manager. And for most of it, I was like, this guy didn't take it. But there was a part, basically when he said the phone number, I'm like, okay, maybe he did. Like, what is his deal? He is so fucking weird. And on one hand, I'm like, that seemed so surreal, like the majority of that conversation, which is a very, Atlanta thing to do. But at the same time, I'm like, it felt pretty real, actually. I 100% believe if you picked, like, a random fan out of, the huge fandom for whatever celebrity, there's probably a good amount of them who would do some weird shit like this, who are just like, oh no, I'm a creative mind just like you, and I have these fucking dumbass thoughts that I think are profound. I don't know. Definitely seemed like it could happen. Especially with how it ends, him, playing the song for him, which kind of reminds me of the, acoustic Paperboy song from, I think it was the first season. It might have been the second season, actually. But yeah, just again, someone, they want to get put on. Or not even necessarily that, but he's like, I want to show my idol, like, what I can do artistically. And he knows as soon as he tells them, I don't have this phone, they're gonna leave. So he, draws it out as long as he possibly can. That was pretty funny. And of course we have the ending of the episode with Socks taking the phone, or he had it the whole time. And rather than like slipping it back on the bus somewhere so they could all just say like, oops, I must have misplaced it over here. Don't know how it got over there. He just tosses it in the trash. So, yeah, I was never going to get it back. Like, that song really is just gone forever. So thanks, Socks. Like, what the fuck? And I can't really tell if that's the show being, its usual surrealistic self, and there's not really an answer as to why he would do that, or if he has some other, ulterior motives. I mean, they did a good job in this episode and in the one they introduced him in, showing that he's pretty unhinged. Like, the dude is just like ready to jump at like a problem as soon as possible. Like, in a lot of ways, this character feels like a replacement for Tracy in Robin season. And I gotta say, this feels like a downgrade. Like, I did not like Tracy. He fucking irritated the shit out of me. But I don't know. I liked him better than Socks so far. I gotta say though, him saying he's like the white Liam Neeson was the dumbest shit I've ever heard, but also pretty funny. But yeah, who knows what his deal is. I kind of got the impression, at the end of the third episode when he's in the car with them, I'm like, ah, shit, is he just gonna like be sticking around now? He's like a lackey. And it seems like he definitely is. I don't know why they are allowing this random dude from that party to just go on tour with them. But hey, makes it interesting, I guess. On to the technicals. Writing in this episode, to be honest, I don't think it felt weak. It just didn't feel quite as substantial. Like, there wasn't really a whole lot of plot development, and there also wasn't really a whole lot of character development. There was a little bit for, I think Al more than anyone, and a little bit for Ern and Van. But Darius didn't really get anything to do. Honestly, most of them didn't really get anything to do. They're just, doing the good cop, bad cop thing for the phone, which was very entertaining and very funny. But it was one of those episodes where I'm like, I hate telling people you could skip an episode, but if you could skip one, this sort of feels like the one you might want to skip. I mean, I don't think you should skip any of these episodes. I do want to make that clear. I think they're all amazing. Very much love this show. It's just this compared to the previous 4 in terms of writing anyways, it just felt a little lackluster. Characters were all very much in character though. Ern has really fallen into this role of a proactive manager. Al has really fallen into his role as an artist who is very steadily growing tired with, the never-ending bullshit. And as we learn in this episode is, kind of starting to feel the weight of it all because he never really wanted to do this, but it happened and now it's all he does, and is currently in a bit of a creative slump because, as he said, he can't tell what's good, he can't tell what's bad, just can't hear his voice in his head telling him, which way to go with it all. And I think for any artist, famous or not famous, that is completely understandable and did make me really feel for his character, even more than I already did, I guess. And I also feel like they really established Socks as the new Tracy. He is gonna be a problem, basically, just to tag along. Pacing of the episode, I think, was great, though. This one, it didn't feel short, but it felt like it just really breezed by. So I got no complaints there. Overall, the writing just disappointed me a little bit in terms of, the importance of the episode. What's really the meat of it all. And it felt like that was the conversation that Al had with him towards the end. And he's like, look, this is where I'm at right now. I really need that phone. But everything else seemed like it was much more for laughs than for substance. Not necessarily. A lot of the stuff was funny because of the substance, But this one it felt like a very comedy-focused episode, much less on plot or on character. So I'm actually going to do a 6 out of 10. But again, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed the episode. I just think objectively, this is definitely the weakest writing of the season so far. Editing in this episode, there was nothing that, really impressed me with that. Nothing that detracted from it either. I think it was all extremely serviceable. As usual, it's very slow cuts. There might be one rapidly paced moment here or there, but overall it's very methodical. It really makes you feel like it's just 2 people having a conversation. But again, it's not super impressive or anything, so I'll do an 8 out of 10. Cinematography, there were quite a few shots in this episode that very much impressed me in terms of framing or lighting. The final shot of the episode with Al as the only person who's really in focus in the shot. Everything's very symmetrical and uniform. And there's a reflection of everything happening on the bottom half of the screen on the top, thanks to the shiny roof. It looked fantastic. And then just throughout the episode, there are tons of shots that are just super impressive. The director of photography for the show is unbelievable. Absolutely 10 out of 10. Sound design of the episode I thought was also very good. Just that opening moment where you hear Ern's voice over the radio and then it slowly fades to his real voice talking in the hall that you eventually get to.
We're doing a runner. Make sure Paperboy sits back.
We asked for ginger beer, not ginger ale.
So good. Loved it. Hearing more of a Paperboy song, hell yes, loved it. And just the general silence that they would use when they were having the interrogation for the phone.
I think it's interesting when people aren't allowed in the group.
It just really added to the whole thing. It was, again, surreal and tense and funny, partly because of the sound design. So I think that was kind of perfect in this one. So I'm going to do another 10 out of 10. Acting in the episode was also very strong. There was a lot of comedy acting, which some people seem to scoff at, which, you know, I'd like to see them do comedy, because that shit's hard. I would argue comedy is harder to do than drama, and there was tons of comedy in this episode that everyone was doing a very good job with. I think the only person who wasn't quite pulling their weight is the guy who plays Socks. I don't know the actor's name, I'm sorry. There were just certain comedy moments that I felt were maybe just a little forced. Nothing too bad. Like, I think everyone did a very good job. I just think he did the weakest of the four. But Brian Tyree Henry specifically, during that conversation where he gets extremely real with this other guy, I was about to say kid, but he's 32. In that whole scene, again, you can really feel like the weight that is pressing down on him. He does a good job, you know, to not let it show, but in that moment, he really let it come through. As much as he seems to be enjoying how much his life has changed, there is that constant weight, that pressure of expectations and success and productivity and all of that. It really weighs on you, and it's affecting him and his creative process. And I just think he did a fantastic job with that whole thing. But because of the just slight letdown of the performance from the guy playing Stocks, I'm going to do a 9 out of 10. Costumes and makeup, I thought were all very good. I actually really like what Al was wearing with like the tight sweats and then the graphic design like shorts over top. Like, cool. Socks looks hideous constantly with just that giant beanie and really long stringy hair. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's, you know, that's the point of the character. That's the look. And I love the way they dressed the guy at the end, who they're like trying to get the phone back from because they really think he has it. He kind of reminded me of Alex Lothar, the guy from The End of the Fucking World. He was also in an episode of Black Mirror. And I feel like they kind of dressed him the same way that guy's characters usually are too. Just like very innocent and European, I guess. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. They did a good job selling to me that he's 19 when the dude's actually 32. So I liked what they did with that. But it wasn't like super impressive. So I'm going to do 8 out of 10. Set design of this episode I thought was really good. I loved the set design. Again, it's hard for me to tell how much of it is an actual location that they filmed on and how much of it is a set, which really only can be good. Because that either means they filmed everything on location, which is extremely difficult to do sometimes, and almost always creates a more authentic look because it is an actual place, or their set design is so good that I cannot tell if it's not a real place or not. I'm not super familiar with Budapest, I don't know how you say it. Black Widow fucked me up with that. You know, again, in my foreigner's opinion, it does look like a very European kind of rundown building. A rundown's not exactly the right term, but you know, there's scuffs and scrapes and little holes in the wall all over the place, but there's like a quaintness, a certain like charm to it all. I love the wallpaper that was all in Al's green room. And the design of the bus at the end, that should look nice. Okay. So I was really impressed with set design. I'm going to do a 10 out of 10. And finally, the visual effects. As I've said many times on this show, it's not like a CGI heavy kind of show. It's, you know, it's not a Marvel show or something. But I'm willing to bet there's some visual effects that they used in here. Obviously practical stuff, but even then it doesn't look like there was any kind of like stunt work or anything crazy that they needed to do for this one. But at the very end, I think there is definitely a good chance that could have been green screened in the background. You know, they weren't actually on a moving bus. But again, knowing this show, I'm like, maybe they were just on a bus and they just, you know, went ahead and filmed it all. Like, who knows? I don't know. So if the visual effects are there, they're invisible, and that's impressive. Or there just were none, and the, you know, practical stuff that they had to do in the episode, again, didn't draw attention and was quite good. So I'll do an 8 out of 10. And that gives this episode an 8.6 out of 10, which I think is a higher rating than the previous episode, unless I might be wrong about that. But I definitely like this episode more than last week's. Like, I enjoyed this episode quite a lot. I just personally don't think it had as much substance as the other episodes. This one definitely felt more like the funny episode as opposed to the one that was really, really trying to say something. I'm sure it was still saying plenty here, just a lot less that I picked up on. But regardless, I think it was great. I really enjoyed it. I laughed harder during this episode than I have in quite a while, actually, which I really needed, so thank you, Atlanta. I'm very excited to watch the next one. I'm very excited for next week's. I'm sure it's going to be interesting. So I will see you all then, and that's about it.